It's highly on video time, and in this video we'll take a look at two pictures. And the first one is from the Clean Energy Investment Symposium. And I was looking at stock twits again, and I think someone posted like who was attending, the companies involved with attending this particular segment where HYLN was in, and Thomas is in the middle, and to the very right, that's Matt, and Matt is from Montana Technologies. They're on the same stage together, and Stephen Peng, he was the guy that got HYLN available and trading on the public markets, and he left due to personal reasons. And Stephen shows up at Montana Technologies, so he's over there now. And both of these have connections to General Electric. Montana Technologies has connections with GE Vernova, and HYLN has connections with GE Aerospace. And I find it just interesting. They're on the same stage together. Ironically, and I just can't, I would like to pin it to HYLN, but I can't. But ironically, during this same time frame, a lot of these data center companies, they're getting more and more hungry for power and electricity, and it seems like their go-to is nuclear power. But around the same time frame in Louisiana, where this conference is held at, there is a large data center that will be built in Louisiana, and it will not be using nuclear power. And they have all these redacted, or they have like black text. They have like stricken parts of these documents as I'm reading through it, but there's mention of using unproven technologies. But unfortunately, I just can't pinpoint it. It's kind of like you're kind of getting warm, but you don't know if you're there or not. But that's also kind of taking place in another avenue. It could be related. It could not be related. I don't know. I would like it to be related, but I can't definitively say if it's related or not. Another picture, and I'm going to have to do some photo editing on this one, is from X, and someone pointed it out in one of the comments on this picture. But here they are, they're standing in front of this shaft of a Carnot generator, and you notice that there's some of these 3D additive parts that are missing. There's one that should be on the end, and then there's two parts that are missing on the right-hand side. But if you look above these people at the timeline, I'm going to have to zoom in here. It first starts off with July of 2018 battery division acquisition in Irvine, California. ERX powertrain prototype completed, and it just goes chronologically from 2020 to 2021. We have the 200 Founders Truck Program in July of 2022. Carnot acquisition, August 2022. And when we get to the end, you'll notice that there are two squares where the dates are not in chronological order. Pilot to exclusively Carnot Technology in November of 2023, and a $15 million Navy vessel contract in September 2023. So we're just going to have to do some photo editing right here. And we'll just move these two segments around. Create a new layer and paste this on the new layer. Then I have to go back to the previous image. Copy this one. Create a new layer. And what I'll do is I'll just move it to where it should be. And move this one to where it should be. So now we have a corrected image. So you have the Hypertruck Carno unveiled. There's no mention. Is there a mention of the ERX? Yeah, it's there. August 2021. Hypertruck Carno unveiled. There is the $15 million Navy vessel grant, which the public did not know about. And then October 2023, there was this strategic move because the truck market was weak, but we didn't know that there was a Navy vessel grant at the time publicly available and cemented. And then they announced a shift to pivot exclusively to Carno technology. And the ERX is shelved. It's put on ice. But then we're kind of seeing that the Hypertruck is still living on. So you have this, you got the Department of Defense, and this is coming back from looking at historical attempts. This is coming back from the 1970s where they've done evaluations different. I think it was with the Army, but there's also some maritime research done with different companies involved in the 1970s. And now in 2024, the same thing is repeating again. Again, they publicly stated that they're doing a strategic review due to a weak freight market, but in reality, this grant was done a month before they decided to do that switch. But they also had writing in their quarterly reports of mentioning that there were a subcontractor of a contract that had something to do with like the federal government. So it's kind of like they're like being kind of slick with stating it without stating it. And then a year later, you look at these signs, and they're like, oh, these two are out of place. Then you put them in place, and it kind of makes sense now. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching.